People always say that change is good, and I always believed that until a certain situation happened with my family and I. We always had a Christmas Eve tradition of going to Mass and then going to my grandparents' house and spending the night. Unfortunately, my grandparents passed away, so we knew we had to start a new tradition. Luckily for us, Beth, my mom's coworker, said that we could come to her house for appetizers and dinner. So we figured change is good, right? So we might as well. So after an hour of driving, we finally get there, and as we're walking to the door, my mom says, "I just want to forewarn you guys, Beth loves dogs." I didn't know to the extent that she liked the dogs, but I just figured change is good, so we might as well. We knock on the door, and I hear dogs barking from all different directions of the house. And eventually Beth answers the door, and all the dogs come out running and greeting us. 7 different pugs of all different sizes, as well as a bulldog. And as I make my way to inside, not only are there dogs everywhere, but there are also cats. I didn't know what to think, but I just kept telling myself, change is good, change is good. So we get into the house, and Beth tells us how she has had all these pugs and she's rescued them from all these different shelter homes. And a lot of them have had a lot of problems. Like one of the dogs was blind, one of them had asthma, and one just excessively drooled everywhere. Finally, we walk in and she shows us to the appetizers, which consisted of veggie pizzas, chips and dip, and all different sorts of things, as well as Chex Mix. I went to go for the Chex Mix because I figured that was my safest bet. Unfortunately, 2 of the cats jump on the table and start eating the Chex Mix that I wanted to eat, so I lost my appetite right then and there. I looked around to see if anyone else had seen, and it was only just my family. 2 minutes later, 2 more cats jump on the table and start eating everything off the table. Beth would yell at them nonchalantly, but not really make a big deal of it. So my family and I figured we might as well move into the living room and mingle with everyone else. As I'm sitting there, the dogs would keep coming up to me and begging for attention, and I had on black dress pants at the time, so they were shedding all over me, and I just wasn't really a big fan of it. I decided to get up and go talk to my sister. As I'm getting up, I hear Beth talking about how she's never got her dogs fixed, and she just doesn't believe in that, and she wants them to be natural. I didn't think anything of it. I get up and I start noticing that one of the dogs are following me. And I start walking a little faster, and so did the dog. Once Beth notices that the dog is chasing me around the kitchen table, she says, "Yes, my dogs tend to like high heels." Unfortunately for me, I did have high heels on. So I quickly ran to the couch and I got up on there so the dog would not intend to hump my heels. Unfortunately for my sister, he resorts to her and latches onto her leg. My sister was awkwardly trying to get him off, but we didn't really know what to do, and everyone else was just laughing. Luckily for us, it was time to go to Mass, so my parents said their goodbyes, and we ventured off to Mass. Moral of the story is, change is not good all of the time.